Cuba, it's me! Welcome to episode 165 of The Willu Show, which stands for Wrestling is Life, Life is Wrestling. Now, on today's episode, I wanted to make an audition for the WWE to be a backstage announcer or a commentator or something. I feel I've really broken out of my shell on these 165 episodes. And first, I'll tell you a little bit about me. I'm a 35-year-old single father of a cameraman who does pretty decent job with a little crappy phone that we film this on, and I've been professional wrestling, weekend warrioring it for 17 years, and as time winds down and my body is not what it used to be and whatnot, I still have a love for wrestling, and it's still my dream to be involved with wrestling. It's my passion. It's, other than the cameraman, it's the only thing I really love, and I've been a fan of wrestling for 30 years. I've been involved in wrestling for 17 years. I know a lot of the ins and outs. I feel I have a great knowledge of wrestling and entertainment and everything like that. And I feel I could be a great asset to any company. And it would be my dream job to be like anything with NXT, a backstage announcer, anything with WWE or SmackDown, maybe a commentator, something like that. And I feel I have the goods. Because like when I wrestle, I can be really silly and really happy and really funny. But also, if you check out some of my other episodes of this Willu Show, I have done interviews with people. I feel I'm a great straight man. I don't put any of the tension on myself. And I also know what to say at the right time to try and get the right stories out of them. So, I wrestle as Elian Habanero, the Cuban sensation. Cuba, that's me, that's right. And I feel like, just look at this. Well, I just want to ask you, Jinder Mahal, how does it feel to retain the championship on your big title match here at the pay-per-view? Alright, and do you feel like there's anybody that could even compete with you now, or you just feel like you're in a league of your own and you're just going to keep holding the title with no speed bumps on the road? Okay, thank you for your time, Jinder Mahal, the WWE champion. See? Isn't that great? How great am I? And I'm so energetic about it. It would change our lives. Like, I'm a single parent of a cameraman. Like, I make minimum wage. I work when he's at school. I have a little apartment. But I'm happy. I'm not complaining. I'm very grateful to have a roof over my head and food on the table and be a hard worker. And the cameraman lights up my life. He's such a joy to be around. But this is an opportunity, and I just figure, go for it. Like, I just gotta keep trying. Maybe one day one of these episodes maybe I'll start making money off YouTube. Just anything that could change our lives. I have to try to pursue that. I can't just sit around and, like I said, I work a minimum wage job. And that's fine. Like, the cameraman has clothes and food and toys and everything that he needs, and we're happy. But you can always strive for more. Like, it would be nice to have a college fund set up and stuff like that, or have it like better benefits and that kind of stuff. So how could I not put myself out there? And in reality, I'm a shy person. It is hard for me to talk and be around people. I don't like being around people because I'm very hard on myself. So if I say something, I'm always like, oh, I should have said this, and I'm a perfectionist. But I've been doing this show, and I made a pact to do this show one day, every day for a whole year. So far I've done it. I'm sticking to my goal. I've done 165 episodes in 165 days, and I'm teaching my cameraman. I'm teaching him. If you say you're going to do something, you don't give up. You stick to it and do it. There's been days where I haven't felt good and I don't want to do it. There's been days where I'm like, I don't have any topics. What am I going to do? But I just do it. And you know what? I think that's a good lesson for everyone to learn. And I just think that I got to try. If it doesn't work, well, that's it. That's another episode. A lot of people won't want to watch this episode because it's boring to them. But that's okay. This episode is a throwaway episode aimed strictly at getting some attention. I'm going to try and tag the people on Twitter and that kind of stuff and get it out there. But if you could share it, if you could possibly say, hey, check this out, give this guy a job. I mean, word of mouth, internet word of mouth is still the way to go. And if I have a lot of people co-signing me, I'd really appreciate it because I try and be positive. All the people I know, I try and support what their endeavors are and stuff like that. I'm not a hater of any means. I love anybody that's involved in pro wrestling and just is trying to do their thing and better themselves, and I just admire that. And I just figured, like, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, and we're good. So remember, also on the Willu Show, which if I didn't mention stands for Wrestling is Life, Life is Wrestling. I like when I get some feedback. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't get any feedback. But always remember, like or you get a leg drop. Comment or you get a clothesline. Subscribe or you get a suplex. I'm your host, Elian Habanero. I love wrestling. Cuba!